So hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream. As I said, I can't, say good evening, as I always do whenever I start this thing, because, well, it's not technically evening now, is it? This is a lot earlier than I've normally streamed, as I'm sure you've noticed. Although it might be evening wherever you are, I don't know, because time zones. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been able to stream, which, is not very out of the ordinary either. But, as promised, at least for a little bit, I am going to stream some Skyrim. Not Skyrim. Oblivion. Let's take a step back from that and go back to Oblivion, yes. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. I shall go for that long. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? Now, I believe last time I was playing, I was on the road to Bruma. With my newfound, yet-to-be-named horse. You know, this horse right here. I was in the process of murdering some bandits at the time. Like this bandit, right there. And that bandit, right there. Oh! For some reason I didn't realize that was a thing. Like, there's an auto-run feature in this, of all things. Who knew? Alright, I don't think I made it very far. No, actually I'm pretty close to Bruma. For some reason I always expected that the distance was a lot larger, but then again, when I first played this game, way back in the halcyon days of 2006, it was probably the largest game on the market in terms of scope, so... Well, at least in terms of scope in a 3D space, anyway. If I remember correctly, the first game in the series, Arena, probably had the largest game area. Ah, flying wolf! Whoa. You leave my horse alone. You leave me alone? Jesus. Palm to the snout. That's all it takes to kill a wolf. Although, because he's wearing iron armor, perhaps I'll just be terribly, terribly uncreative and simply call the horse Iron Horse. Also, it reminds me of Motorhead, and that makes me smile. The Jural Mountains. That's an Arwolf. You don't see me! Leave me alone. Okay, so we have wolves and we have bandits, and they're not trying to fight each other, they're just trying to fight me. No! You're not supposed to climb the rock. And I have another disease. Shit! Might die. Gonna die. Run away, Dranic! No! Oh, then they start fighting each other after I die. What a bunch of dicks. Yeah, I've got to get some better healing spells or something. And as much as it pains me to do so, I might even have to lower the difficulty a bit. There. I have no idea if that's going to do anything, because it's a slider as opposed to a numerical value, but... one of the many, many curious things about Oblivion. Now let's take a brief stop and pick some plants. Yeah, I'm gonna have to either start making or stock up on a lot of health potions. You see me? I mean, you sort of see me. And that was a miss. That was also a miss. Okay, then I hit it. Ah! Flying wolf! Yeah, the fact that I sort of, like, hover if I walk too fast over a slope is kind of annoying. It goes a long way into interrupting my attacks. The joys of Oblivion. I'm pretty sure that bandit is up here on the road, too. Wasn't he right here? Nope, there's another wolf, though. You don't see me. I said you don't see me. Whoa! Crap, wrong button. And nothing a bit of rapid-fire fisticuffs can't fix. Okay, now this truck seems a little bit less deadly. Hi! Bye! Oh, why are there so many wolves? Go be friends with the bandit. Yeah! Good dog! As a reward, I shall punch you in the schnoz.
Yeah.
And I said sit. It's amazing how quickly I decide not to pick up the really cheap items. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna get a lot of money for them anyway. And they're just gonna weigh me down. Ooh, stone. Glowy, glowy stone. What do you do for me? Do I seek its conjured weapon and armor? Sure, why not? So is it just the gloves? Gloves and mace. Okay. I should not have put it away. Well, crap. Because as soon as you put it away, it vanishes. Can I re-up that? Can I go up and Stones sleep. Stones rest this day. I mean, stones are just laying around not doing anything the whole time, so I don't understand why they need to rest, but sure, why not? Bruma. Late night in the bustling town of Bruma.
Go inside and talk to Petrine if you want to buy a horse. I can't help you.
He sounds so sad. I can't help you. I can't help anyone. I couldn't even help my beloved. Humulus Nanius has a very tragic backstory, apparently.
I'm new here in Bruma myself. I'm from down Heartland way. Nords up here, no offense, don't work as hard as us Imperial Heartlanders.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
I'm assuming you don't spread that information around too much. Eh. Hey, lady! I was kind of hoping there would be a chair so we could sit down and have a civil discussion.
Hello.
A civil frickin' discussion.
Are you looking for a horse? The Wild Eye Stables have the best paint horses in Cyrodiil.
Already got one, thanks.
Sorry, all I have is paints. Serviceable beasts, but nothing special. We Nords are no great fanciers of horse flesh. Except in stews, I'm afraid.
You are the second stable owner I've come across who's talked about putting horse in stew. And you have the exact same voice as the other one. Because, you know, all
Goodbye.
Nord and Orc women are voiced by Linda Carter. AKA Wonder Woman.
Hail.
Where are you going? Okay, sure.
Duty calls.
Why are you sneering at me?
Olav's Tap and Tack is a good, inexpensive place for travelers.
Thanks for the advice.
Farewell.
I love how he just shoulders the horse out of the way to get back into town. That must be part of his training regimen or something, I guess.
Oh, hello. 8 of the evening watch and all's well. And you too, sir.
Are you saying that I'm well? I'm currently suffering from at least one disease, perhaps two. I don't think there's anything well about me. Yeah, I'm at the very least suffering from swamp fever, so no, I really am not.
I'm Hunmund. I'm a prospector. Alga's my woman, Nord style. None of that chapel wedding nonsense.
I see.
Plenty of mineral deposits in the Gerald Mountains. I'm out for weeks at a time by myself, but I don't mind it. I've heard Edla Darkheart was once an assassin.
You look really angry at me. Let's see if we can improve that.
So? I won't fight you. That's just... No, you're a big fat liar. Really now, you're such a real... That's just not funny.
That's what you think.
Good. You win this one. You? What a... Really now? You... That works for me. You too.
Yeah, where is this guy I can fence my stolen goods to? Hey, guy. Where are you, guy? Oh, I think he's actually in here at the moment. That's him.
Head on. Did you know that Bumf Gragash will train you to use heavy armor, but only if you're a Fighters Guild member? She moves really well in that armor, that's for sure. Bye.
Excuse me while I cough in your face.
What is... I see you are with the Grey Fox. Do you need a fence?
I know about a fence, but a nice yay-high stone wall will do.
Bruma is a perfect town for a Nord man of leisure. Bracing mountain air, good food and drink, and lively Nord fellowship.
Also, the comment about Nords not really liking horses that much, that must change by the time, in the 200 years it takes for Skyrim to roll around. Because, man, Nord horses are like machines. I'm sure everyone is well familiar by now with the running gag of those horses being able to climb mountains better than some kind... Mountain goat, there we go. I don't know why it took me that long to remember a creature that is really good at climbing mountains. It's right there in the name. Curious.
Armand Kristoff and Skriva have special arrangements with the guards and judges throughout Cyrodiil. They can make all your outstanding warrants go away for only half the price of the fines.
You just need to get to either the Imperial City or, Reville.
Sirach is a good healer. He's a Red Guard, but you'd think he was a Nord the way he acts.
I'm gonna see if I can improve your disposition
Yes?
before I sell shit to you.
Really now, you're such a charmer. Oh, not... Well done!
So, admiration and boasting.
That's just talk. You're a What a... Please, I'm embarrassed. But thank you. Get up. Really? Really? That's just talk. Is that not... What a wonderful compliment. What a... you... well done.
Close enough.
He's been around forever. Must be 300 years or more since he took charge. I'm not sure he's even human.
He could theoretically be an elf. They can live that long.
Yeah, my favorite customer. What do you got?
I know why you're calling me your favorite customer. We've only just met. Well, I'll sell him a bunch of crap. Let's try selling it to him at 52% value. I mean, these are nice and all, but it's not like I'm going to be using the weaponry, so I'll sell them to him anyway. Get a bit more cash monies.
I can't make that deal.
Damn it. Apparently he does not like me asking for that much.
I think I can move this item for you.
Good.
I think I can move this...
Steel bow does more damage technically, but... Oh yeah, all the jewelry I stole.
A fine... I think I can move this...
Oh god, no. Let's try 52?
I can't make that
Nope.
deal.
51.
I can't make that deal.
No. I have to stick with 50 for a wall then.
I think I can... A good price.
I'm gonna have to...
I think I can move this item for you at that price.
I'm gonna have to hit up that place thingy. Jewelry store! Again, when I get to the Imperial City.
I think I can move this item for you at that price.
Oh, I completely forgot.
Got anything else?
Completely forgot I had that. I should hang on to that.
I think I can move this item for you at that price.
So I don't have
Got
that...
anything else?
I don't have that equipped, but I think I... Yeah, I've just got that on hand if I need it. Never mind. Although, to be honest, I might just sell that, because fortifying mercantile on self is not really that useful if you think about it.
I think I can move this item for you at that price. Got anything else?
Yeah, I'll get rid of that too. Aha! Now all of this... Although I kind of want to keep so much of this stuff until I can find replacements for them. Can we drive a slightly Herderbergen now?
I can't make that deal.
I cannot.
An excellent bargain. I think I can move this item for you at that price.
Skooma!
A good price for a good...
Say no to drugs.
That seems a fair price.
Unless I'm selling them to you, in which case please say yes. I need the booze money. Which is hilarious because I'm also selling them alcohol.
I
but,
think
you know...
I can move this item for you at that...
Now I'll keep the stolen ingredients so I can use them. Yeah, I'll sell the book. Screw it, I can probably find a copy of that again somewhere.
I think I can move this item for you at that price. Got anything?
Random crystal balls.
That's a I think...
So the flawed topaz...
I think I can...
The lion pelt... Keep my stolen paintbrushes, because A, I can't sell them for anything, and B... They're useful in terms of, you know, glitching.
A fine...
And I can't sell Fred. I mean, because he's worth nothing, which is another way of saying he's priceless.
I think I can move this item for you at that price. Got anything else? I'm glad that's done. I need a nap.
That was a pathetic yawn. Anyway, I think at this point I might have enough cash made. Yeah. I've reached my goal. I have fenced over 50 gold worth of goods. I fence way more than that. I should go see Armand sometime. He might have something for me. I'm not heading all the way back to the Imperial City just for that right now. In fact, let's take a nap.
Hello. What can I do for you today? The Emperor and his 3 sons dead, right under the noses of the Imperial Guard. It's a disgrace.
I know, I was there.
The Countess is Heartland Nibanian, and so are most guildsmen and chapelmen, but most others are as Nordish as you'll find.
I should also join the guilds while I'm here, too.
I've got a room, and a cheap one at that. You're looking for one?
Yeah, sure, let's be civilized and,
Right then. Head up the stairs. It's the first door on your right. Remember, I didn't say it was clean. I said it was cheap.
Well, gee, thanks for the heads up.
Good journey to you.
Thanks for the heads up that I'm walking into a filth hole! This should be fun. Go to Bruma. Alessia Ottis. Alessia Otter. If I remember correctly, she's like some sort of crazy religious fundamentalist who, says really, really offensive things about every place. Father Talos, protect us all. My name is Alessia Otis, and I'd like to tell you all about Bruma. Bruma is understood to be a Nibonese county, but in truth it is more Nord than Nibonese, on account of its close proximity to the Skyrim border, and on account of the terrible cold and discomfort of its location high in the Gerald Mountains. Bruma is always cold and covered with snow, with braziers kept burning in every quarter to prevent the citizens from freezing to death. Everything is built in wood. Since trees are so plentiful in the forests of the Gerals, and even rich men live here in dark, dirty wooden huts, it is a little wonder that Nords are such drunken heathen savages, for life is impossible in such a climate, and one might be tempted to drink into insensibility or sell one's soul to just find sanctuary from the bitter cold and relentless wind. Castle Bruma is cold and drafty, carelessly decorated, and dark with soot from the perpetually burning braziers. The smell of smoke and cinders is overpowering. The high ceilings are grand, but impossible to heat, and one is never able to get warm. The ancient layers of soot and filth encrusting the stonework makes it difficult to appreciate the exceptional stone carving. Except in its stonework and grand scale, the castle is like the log huts of the people, cold, dark, drafty, and dirty. Countess Nerina Carvain is a Nibinian Heartlander, a dutiful chapel-goer, and a respected ruler, though she is a cunning and ruthless negotiator, and has a reputation for sharp dealing and treachery. Administration of the county is efficient and well-ordered, and a well-trained and aggressive town watch under command of a hard-nosed Nord captain ensures that thieves and beggars are not very troublesome, though Nords are famous for drunkenness and rioting. Also, I don't think that's how you spell that word, but okay. Access to the castle is through a gate west from the town into a courtyard. The shops, inns, guilds are located in the north, either on the western terrace near the castle gate, or below the terrace north of the chapel. The chapel is the central feature of southern Bruma, with houses ranged along the inside of the walls along the east and south. The streets are cramped and barren, since few trees and plants can survive the cold, but the town is compact and quickly explored. Bruma's Nibonian citizens faithfully observe chapel Sundus rituals, but the lower classes are unregenerate followers of the heathen Nord gods, and they keep to their own secret superstitions and uncivilized practices. You will not be surprised to find you can purchase good quality weapons and armor here, for Nord smiths are famous for the quality of their wares, but you should not expect to be able to purchase books here, for Nords are ignorant and not fond of reading. The Fighters Guild and guilds and mages guilds are poor and short-staffed, for no one wants to be posted to such a grey and cold land, but at least the Mages Guild is kept good and warm, though I shrink from imagining what infernal engines are employed to produce and preserve that heat. May the Nine bless you and save you. See, it's funny that she keeps ripping on the Nords and their faith, especially since, you know, she's praying to Talos at the beginning of it, who himself was a Nord. But, you know, we don't question those things. It made a sound as if I unequipped everything. That was curious. I like how you're still here. It's still early enough in the morning, I might be able to engage in a little bit more light thievery. It's just a little bit of light thievery. Grab. I remember I always liked the houses in Bruma, as a matter of fact. I don't know, they looked very pleasant, I suppose. Tired of the noisome din of the common tap room? Stay at Geraldview. Peaceful, tasteful, and only for the most discerning of customers. Everyone knows quality comes at a price. And that price is your soul. No, probably not. Steel shield. Nice. I'll take that.
For the love of Azura, can't a man have a bit of privacy?
I'm leaving.
Get out of
I'm
here.
leaving. I'm leaving. I didn't know you were awake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm really yeah, my favorite customer. What do you got? A fine transaction. That seems a fair price.
Now the question is, did he
That's a
hear
fair
me?
deal.
Or was he just getting up at that point anyway? I do not know.
I think I can move. I'm glad that's done. Did you hear about Braden Lyrian? A vampire hunter named Rainiel Dralis made his way into town, snuck into his house, and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Rainiel slew him. Kinda strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such an likable fellow.
I know vampires are technically fairly charming in a lot of cases, so... Well, I guess we're going to investigate this now, aren't we? I've discovered that Braden Lyrian, a resident here in Bruma, was actually a vampire. He was slain by a vampire hunter who has appeared in town named Rainiel Dralis. However, the circumstances of this incident sound sketchy at best. I should make my way to the crime scene at Braden's house to investigate, because now I'm a freelance detective. It's what I do. Praise Talos! Eh. Okay, there we go. Now my disease is cured. Wait, whose way shrine did I stop by, next to the Imperial City? Oh, Giuliano's. So what does that do? Ah, fortify intelligence. Perfect. Now, can I engage in some thievery here in the chapel? That's the Undercroft. That might be a bad idea. Well, I mean, I'm still going to do it anyway, but that's still the Undercroft. It might still be a bad idea. The Abadabadoo. I mean, the Adabalal. Wow, these books are worth a hell of a lot of money, aren't they? Wait, which one was that? Yeah, I'll take that. That's a skill book. I kind of don't want to steal a lot of the books and sell them, because I think I'd prefer to keep and read so many, but then again, you know. Oh crap. Nope. 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 Nope, 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 nope. I wasn't here, you didn't see me. I'm a dutiful churchgoer. I just love the place so much. Okay, do I actually have a bounty on my head? Because that would suck. I do not! I managed to get my ass out of there fast enough. Perfect. Well. Here we are, Fred. We made it to Bruma. Isn't it grand? I mean, I think it's a lovely place, don't you? I don't think it's all that lovely. My nipples would be able to cut glass if I still had them. But I thought you said you didn't feel the cold, Fred. I mean, you're just a skull. Yes, well, it just goes to show what you know. Put me back in that sack. Alright, fine. We're gonna go investigate a murder now, Fred. Is it one you committed? Because if not, I want no part of it. Yeah, well, that's too bad. Hi!
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, our Reynald Draelus, will be allowed access.
Well, that seems awful rude of you.
The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information.
Well, if you...
The culprit in this crime,
But if I manage to chat you up really nice right now in the span of a couple of seconds, you'll spill the beans on everything? Sure, that works.
Oh, not really. Goodness. What can I say? Really? Interest? No. You're... Get away from me. Get... What? Please. You can't scare me. You're...
But I'm trying so hard.
Is that so? Good. That's not... What a great story. No. Is that not... Really? Interesting. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynald Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynald arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you, so you can see we really don't need any help, but thanks for the offer.
Yeah, it's great, it's fun. Did anybody find any vampire dust on the corpse? Also, don't you think it's awful suspicious that a vampire hunter just happens to show up around the time you have a vampire problem?
As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense.
You know, those vampires, am I right?
I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
Perhaps you can help me.
Sure.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me.
Please calm down. I want your money. I mean, I want to help.
Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Rainil Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter, and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Rainil, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Rainil convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
You know, Carius, one of the few guards that probably has a name. Everyone else is just like guard number 25 or something.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing. The guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Rainil character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name.
Yeah, so why on earth would he stash a body in his own basement? I stash all of my victims outside of town. I mean, you didn't hear that.
I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. I know I sound desperate.
Okay, so what's the next step in the quest is telling me? Told me her husband is innocent. She says that he simply works at night and sleeps during the day. She also suspects someone may have planted the body. She seemed to cast a suspicious light on Rainil, whom she says she recognizes. I think I should locate Rainil and ask him some questions as well. I should stir with some of the merchants and innkeepers in town.
I know.
Repeated tampering with Braden's corpse is a crime and will alert the authorities.
I'm right.
That's a shame.
Excuse me. Sorry, I have a lot of work to do.
In case you didn't see the body. Speaking of bodies, let's go have a look at that beggar, and then probably steal what I can. No, of course he doesn't have anything useful on him. He's a beggar. Ooh, I'll take that, though. Buying? Selling? Who cares? We'll do either at Novaroma. We'll do anything at Novaroma. We'll do whatever it takes to make the sale. Whatever it takes. You want us to murder a beggar and plant it in your enemy's basement? We'll do that too.
Hello.
You're back. Excuse me.
I like how cheery she was with the guy who's investigating her husband's murder. Hello! Well, let's go have another chat with that Olav chap.
Greetings.
My, aren't you friendly? First, I'm going to rob from this Olav chap. I have sticky fingers and I just can't keep them to myself. Nice melons. Or melon, I suppose I should say. Ooh, paintbrush. It's mine now. Of course, seeing the repair hammer just reminds me I should really repair my gear at the moment. As a matter of fact, I'll do that right now. Oh, I've already got a thing set up for repair hammers. I gotta find a professional armor and get that repaired too. It's gonna break soon.
Hello! What can I do for you today?
Tell me about Braden.
I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to butter you up a little bit too.
Say what you're going to say. I accept. I have no choice. I doubt you're pathetic. Good one. Whatever. Don't be silly. You're not bad. Not bad. You're yeah. Was that supposed to be a compliment? No more. Don't be silly. Not whatever you. I'm not. You're a big fat liar. Don't. Was that. You're. That's pretty good.
You know, I'm kind of sad that they don't have some kind of mini game like that in Skyrim for a speechcraft. It's just a lot lamer, to be honest.
I usually don't give out that kind of information. For you, of course.
So in other words, you want me to bribe you?
That'll get you something.
What will that get me, Olav?
Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
So you're giving me free reign to steal everything in the room? Okay. Nice. I've entered Raynil's room. I should carefully search the place for anything suspicious. That ink was suspicious. Yeah, there's not really much worth in here, though, is there? Well, this journal, I believe, is what I need. I've discovered a small journal in Raynil's room at the inn. It seems he was part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact in some sort from some Iliad ruins. I'll get it out of me in a minute. They all agreed to stash the artifact in a cave until more research could be done about it. Each of them took a key to the chest it was secured in. The two other members of the group were Braden and someone named Gilliborn. I need to find out more about Gilliborn to confirm my suspicions about Raynil. Olav may be able to help. The 8th day has passed, and still there's no sign of the artifact. We've covered most of the remainder of the outer guard tower and scoured the crumbling gatehouse ruins, but not one clue has arisen as to where it may have been buried. It's quiet out here, as if the ruins were paying respects to the Iliad inhabitants that disappeared here long ago. We haven't encountered anything hostile, but if we do, I think we're ready. The Brotherhood's been in worse scrapes before. Braden paid good money for the information as to our treasure's whereabouts, and I hope it doesn't turn out to be yet another fiasco. This morning, our camp was set upon by some bandits who were protecting what they claimed was their territory. Considering that we were outnumbered 3-1, we did very well. Only Raynil suffered a small wound, but that was easily healed by a potion that Braden had thoughtfully brought with him on our expedition, which makes Raynil more of an asshole for killing him. After getting rid of the bandits' corpses, we just tossed them in a ditch and then set them on fire, as is tradition. We set out to tackle the largest part of the ruins, the remains of the Great Keep. 2 of the walls of the once mighty structure were collapsed, scattering the telltale whitish rock so typical of the Iliad architecture in this part of Tamriel. This made our assault on the ruin difficult, as many of the larger chunks of wall were far too heavy for us to move. Braden suggested that we search the center of the building's foundation for any underground entrances, which was typical for this type of keep. His guess paid off, and after several hours of back-breaking work, we managed to clear an opening just large enough for us to squeeze through and enter an ancient stairwell leading down into the ground. We decided to wait until morning's light to begin our descent into the depths of the ruin. After a restless sleep, all of us were quite excited at the prospect of what might lie ahead. Eagerly, we dipped our torches in a fresh container of pitch, lit them, and entered the inky blackness of the stairwell. The stale ale of alcohol on the mind. The stale air was choked with dust and fine grit. The stale ale was choked with dust and fine grit, but we drank it anyway because we're troopers. A sign that no one had entered this portion of the ruins in a very long time. We became excited as that meant no other tomb robbers had gotten there before us. The stairwell eventually leveled out into a corridor of sorts that snaked its way to the north. As we carefully walked along, I scanned the floor and walls very carefully for any type of triggers, tripwires, or pressure plates. Such was my specialty. The Iliad were well known for their cunning traps and protecting their tombs, and I wasn't taking any chances. Braden, the scholar of the Brotherhood, was getting more and more excited as we traversed the passage. He was translating the wall carvings and was becoming certain that we had finally found the true location of our prize. After walking for several more minutes, we were overjoyed to see what we were hoping to see. The hallway ended at a metal door with the carving of a spider upon it. Now came the true test of Braden's information. The door supposedly had a puzzle lock. By pulling the spider legs in a certain combination, it would unlatch. The wrong combination would spell our deaths, perhaps triggering a collapse of the hallway or some other equally deadly trap. With a shaky hand, I pulled the legs one by one, in the order I had memorized. The sixth one, then the first one, the second one, the eighth one, and finally the first one again. I closed my eyes, as there were a few loud clicks, and then the door popped open. We breathed a sigh of relief. Pushing open the door, I looked in at a huge room with a pedestal at the center. Sitting on the pedestal, illuminated by a shaft of sunlight from a tiny hole in the ceiling, was our prize. It was very cinematic. Someone should make a movie about it. Raiders of the Lost Ruin, it'll be called. The floor was covered in a huge mosaic of a stylized spider, all 8 of its legs coming to a point and ending up at the door entrance. This was the last of the traps the Iliad left behind to protect their treasure. Again, if it hadn't been for Braden's skill at acquiring information, we may never have known how to solve this last line of defense. I instructed Braden and Raynal to remain at the entrance and to tie a rope around my waist in case of a sudden pitfall. Carefully, I began to walk on the darkened tiles that formed the third leg of the spider. Sweat beaded on my forehead as the pathway made by the tiny pieces of ceramic was very narrow at the start, and one slip could again mean instant death. But death never arrived, at least not for several years. The information had been correct, and I was able to make it to the pedestal and secure the artifact. Quickly as possible, we made our way back out and into the daylight. Once again, the Brotherhood was triumphant, and it was time to return home. At the tavern that night, we decided to make a pact. We would stash the artifact in a cave not far from Bruma until we researched it further. An item of its magnitude could be very dangerous if mishandled, and we certainly didn't want to sell it without understanding its true value. Braden agreed to contract a local cooper to construct a chest with 3 locks. Each of us would hold a key to one of the locks, so that none would have access to the artifact without the others being present. For the rest of the evening, we drank merrily and sang many a song of adventures past and adventures to come, and how much of a dick that Raynal was. The end.
What can I do for you? Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynal told me that he was the last vampire he hunted.
Vampire, you said?
Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynal and his so-called accomplishment.
Of course, the irony of him saying he hunted a vampire in Skingrad is... Oh, well, you'll see. We'll get to that.
And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look.
The innkeeper Olav told me that Geliborn was slain in Skingrad by none other than Raynil. As with Braden, Raynil claimed Geliborn was a vampire. I think Raynil is using the vampire as a cover story to get the keys to the chest where they stashed the artifact. I think it's time to speak to Carius Runelius about Raynil. He must
For me
be
if you
stopped.
need anything else.
Although first and foremost, before I do that, I want to get my bracers repaired. So where will I go for that? I think there's a bunch of stores up here. Let's check that out. Oh, that's the Fighters Guild. I'll dart in there later. That's the Mages Guild. I'll also dart in there later. Hammer and Axe. This seems like the place.
Fjotrid, you need armor or weapons, new or repair. Come to Hammer and Axe.
Nice face, Fjotrid. Nice face.
I work hard. Folks like Skjorda and Ulfan give us Nords a bad name, drinking and carrying on until all hours.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Ah, you mean that vampire hunter. He's staying on.
I already figured that out, thank you.
Can't go into battle with
It's a good thing repair prices are so cheap.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Battle Axe of Souls. I'll swallow your soul. Gauntlets of Gluttony. Drain health 30 points on self, but fortify strength. Interesting. I'll buy a couple of your repair hammers. I'm not even going to bother to try to haggle.
A bargain at any price. Tell your. Take care.
No need to sneer at me, you bastard. Alright, let's go have a chat with this god fellow, and see if I can track down this Raynil fellow, and punch that fellow square in the schnoz. Because he sounds like a dick. Nice chair, who are you?
What's your story?
Clogs? Nice.
I'm Regner. You want anything? Talk to Edla. She's in charge.
So I see.
I hate it here. Came here with Edla. All these snooty southerners. And damn guards won't let anyone have any fun.
So you're a Nord stereotype is what you're telling me.
Did you hear about Braden Leary?
Yeah.
Farewell.
Hi there.
Well, let's go have a chat with Ongar too. Lazy bastard. Get up.
I'm really tired. Yeah, my favorite customer.
Now, I stole a few things, or at least a couple things that you can take.
I'm glad.
Yeah, everything else is mine.
Shadow hide you.
I have news! Hey, where'd your friend go?
So, any new revelations in your investigation?
I'm gonna throw that right back in your friggin' face.
I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynil has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynil is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. How do you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well.
Like yourself?
The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Geliborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Geliborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
Obviously. Well, sir, I disagree!
What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Geliborn was not a vampire?
Pick up Geliborn's journal and smack him across the face with it.
I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynal have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynal from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
I note that he's not too concerned about the 3 beggars that died as well. I think he's only talking about Geliborn and, I think he's only talking about Geliborn and who's it? You know, the guy. Braden, you know, the guy whose corpse is right there, yes. Also, he said 1 hour, so 7. Not 7, 8. Oh, wait, no, his corpse is gone. They buried him. Alright, cool. That's awesome, sure. Well, seeing as how I have to wait a little bit, let's head into the Fighters Guild and see if I can join them.
Let's hear it.
Yes! Hover jump! Hover jump!
Well met.
Okay, that's enough spinning.
We're looking for recruits. Interested?
You look awful stern, I'm not so sure about this.
If you're looking to join up, you should speak with Velena Daunton in Coral, Azan in Anvil, or Burz Grokash in Shadenhall.
So in other words, I can't join here.
If you're interested, see Velena Daunton in Coral, or Azan in Anvil. I've heard that Arentus Falvius at the chapel can You too.
We're looking for recruits. Think you're tough enough to join the Fighters Guild? Yeah. You think Bruma's cold? Try a winter in the Rothgarians. Bruma's a day at the beach. If you want my help...
Yeah. But of course I can't join the Fighters
training,
Guild here
beds,
because...
and good hard work. Can't beat it.
that would make too much sense. Olaf's Tap and Tack is changing business. We host murderers and thieves. Instead of providing for all your horse needs, we provide for all of yours. Great food. Soft beds. Rousing company. We have it all. So it used to be a stable, apparently. Before joining the Fighters Guild, stealing all their shit would probably be a neat thing to do, too.
Yeah!
So far I only see 2 of you fine folks here. Do you have any other members? Don't settle for a weak horse! The Wild Eye Stable's paint horses are tougher and meaner than any in Cyrodiil. This horse will eat your baby! What good does a faster horse do if you can't carry the load? If it can't carry the load. Also, we have the best prices around. The streets of Bruma can be a dangerous place. We can sell you protection at reasonable prices. Every citizen should have a war hammer from the Hammer and Axe. Don't leave home without it. It's like saying every citizen should own a bazooka. Just imagine all the shit you can blow up. Everything!
Morning.
You can drop the hammer on everything and everyone. Also, this Fighters Guild seems pretty lame. There's only the 2 of you, are there not? Oh shit, that's trespassing. Nope. Sorry, you didn't see that. Oh, yeah, I can go talk to the guy now. Let's go talk to the guy. Who are you?
One more coin, and I can get a pair of shoes.
Fetid Jofnhild. Look how fetid he is.
They say that when you murder someone, the
Nice voice change. Here, have a coin.
Thank you, kind sir. Blessings of anew upon ye.
It always pays to be nice to the beggars.
Anything else I can help? Just look for me if you need anything else.
It's been an hour. Where is he? Hello? Mr. Guard person? Where are you? There you are.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynal was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Geliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynal doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him.
So punch him in the jaw is what you're telling me you want me to do, right? You want me to punch him in the jaw? Yes, okay, I can do that. I'm good at doing that. Also, all I'm getting from this is that you're going to get paid for sitting on your ass while I clean up your mess, but that's the life of an RPG hero now, isn't it?
If all you say is true, Raynal will answer for Brayden's death.
He shall answer my knuckles.
Raynal will pay for both crimes. Geliborn was likely another innocent he slain. I'll make sure Skingrad City Watch hears of this.
And then he shall pay with his blood!
I can't wait to get my hands on Raynal. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully.
But I'm the one going to get him.
Please hurry. Raynal...
But yeah, here's the funny thing about this quest.
Coin for
This is, as far as I know, the only quest in this game that actually has a time limit. When he says he figures we've got a day at the most, that's not him bullshitting. We've got a day. If we don't solve this murder mystery and catch Draenor within a day, then, yeah, that's it, he's gone. Of course, I'm going to head my ass over there and get him right now, because, I mean, why not? That, and I think we get a pretty sweet amulet out of this if we finish the quest. So I'm gonna do a bit of this, and that, and that. It's also very convenient that the cave is so close to town. It's not that cave, though. The cave in question is a bit further out. But I've got plenty of time to pick pretty flowers. And one ugly mushroom. So there was a road I was following. I may have gotten lost. Maybe this is it. What's happening? Okay. Oh, hello! Fight! 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 This is another glitch I was always familiar of, but this is the first time I've ever seen it. There are Imperial Legion foresters, you know, these fine folks, who are always wandering around, like, hunting deer and stuff. The problem is, in their AI packages, certain deer are labeled as friendly to them, and usually that's the deer they're actually hunting. So if two foresters happen to cross paths, and one accidentally shoots the deer another is hunting, they fight each other to the death. So who do you think's gonna win? My money's on the guy on the left. I mean, I know he's full of arrows, but that just increases the bloodlust. Come on, man, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, Lefty.
Let's get this over.
Go, Lefty! Oh wait, you had
Your worst.
you had a bit of unwarranted help from a wolf.
You dare oppose the might of the Imperial Legion?
I'm just gonna let this happen.
Mud crab's more fearsome than you.
Well, I get a bunch of free shit out of it at least. These bastards slaughtered each other. I get a bunch of good arrows out of it. Wait, he's still here shooting at people. I know I'm supposed to be tracking down a murderer, but it's too much fun watching this shithead try to get himself killed. Although he'll be fine, I guess. Unless he runs across anything worse. Look at me! I'm a Legion soldier. I mean, I know I'm probably not going to be rocking heavy armor very often, but you know what? Screw it. Let's be a Legion soldier for now. He needs to hunt like a real man with his bare hands. Yeah, let's equip those arrows too. I think I'll keep my bow of frost for now. Show me what you got. Not much. I'll pick up another bone so Fred can have a leg. Then he'll just be a head and a leg, but I mean, you know. Eventually I'll assemble a full body for him. It'll be great. Is this a different Forester, or is this the same one? And who's he yelling at?
Remember the Emperor!
Nope, this is a different Forester. Man, you better hope you don't cross paths with the other guy. He's a murderous asshole.
That the best you can do?
Anyway, I'm gonna take off. I hope you feel like a big man killing these deer. These delicious, delicious deer. Now I've completely gone off track. Found it. I've arrived at Boreal Stone Cave. Also, seeing as how I'm wearing the armor, that gives me the perfect opportunity to apprehend this criminal in the correct way. Stop right there, criminal scum!
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's Tap and Tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer.
Good luck with that. Also, for a Dunmer, your skin is a lot greener than mine. Of course, I'm a prettier teal color, but, you know. That's just because I'm better than you. You will not surrender, then?
Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom.
This is your last chance.
Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck.
Then pay with your blood!
Yeah! Yeah!
I've located Raynal in Borealstone Cave. He refused to surrender, choosing instead to attack me. I was forced to kill him to defend myself. I can now recover the artifact mentioned in Gilliborn's journal from the chest. Chalk another one up for the Imperial City Watch, because that is the armor I'm wearing. Well, technically, like I said, Forester, but it's the same stuff. Yeah, I'll take that and sell it. And these. The rest of it can stay behind. Alright. Opening the waterlogged chest with all 3 keys, I discover the artifact to be an amulet. Seems fairly unremarkable, and I am unsure of its function. I think I should bring it back to Erlene Lyrian to see what she wants me to do with it. Can I eat it? Is it made of chocolate? Is it like those chocolate dollars you can get? Also, is there anything else of use in this cave? Maybe. Handy. Not fantastic, but handy. Oop. I went too far. Before I head back to Bruma, though, seeing as how, you know, the criminal has been brought to justice, by which I mean he's slowly rotting in a pool of water, I'm gonna check out a couple of things along the way back. Like, there was an Iliad ruin up that way. I don't know if it'd be worth my while to go check that out. There's a town near here, apparently, or some form of settlement, anyway, and another cave. Oh, wait, no, no, I know what this place is.
What do you want? The council runs the arena to amuse the masses, and it pays for itself with all the fools who lose their shirts gambling.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure life is going to be perfectly kind. I'm sure the future is going to be perfectly kind to you, Perennia. You know, nothing bad will ever happen to you. Also, hello, Clouds on the Box. Oh, what? You mean the reward for, like, this particular quest? The Brotherhood Betrayed one? The amulet thing? If that's the case, I don't recall ever, like, hearing about that then. And believe me, I'm familiar with a lot of Oblivion-related memes.
Who's there? Who's there?
Trying to sneak around in heavy armor is probably a bad idea, but you know... Also, I forgot how really dark that dungeons and things can get in this game. Kinda makes me think I should maybe... Actually, no. No, rather than keep using torches and stuff, what I might end up doing is I might invest in a good, night vision spell or something. Yeah, I seem to recall it was something like that. Like, it's a amulet that has an enchantment that boosts one of your physical attributes, like athletics or acrobatics or something. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, athletics or acrobatics. Which, you know, it's nothing flashy, but considering I don't have any enchanted amulets just yet, that's not bad. Oh, I've leveled up too. I'm gonna have to deal with that. Took her out in mid-swing. Also, I'll take that. Try not to over-encumber myself too much, however. What just happened? I mean, I know it must be a cave-in of some sort, but... If it was this, then that was already closed off, so... Phantom Cave-in. The ghosts of cave-ins past. Also, that looks interesting. Nice! Methinks I'm gonna have to use that. I mean, use more juice than, the simple firebolt thing, but... You're going to be my new test subject. Ow. What a shame, I don't have a lot of magicka. Also, I've noticed something. I've noticed that every bandit in this cave has been a woman. It's a lady gang. Oh yeah, that is something too. That in the journal that I found to kind of lead me towards the fact that this Reynolds guy is an asshole that murdered all his buddies. It did play out the fact that this was an artifact they were looking for ages. Oh, whoops. So it would lead you to believe it's something really awesome, and while it's not bad... Oh, well, you know, you tried. You tried, Bandit, you tried. Well, while it's certainly not a bad item by any stretch of the imagination, it's pretty good, like, especially at lower levels, it's, not great. It hardly seems like it was worth their while to be hunting for it for so long, or for one of them to kill all the others. Especially since at the time they found it, and up until this point, none of them knows what the hell the thing even does anyway. But yeah, no, I've really got to invest in a Night Eye potion, I think. Things are so dark. I seem to recall that wisp stalks were used for a specific thing that I made a lot. I think it might have been like a poison of damage health or something. I'm really bad at seeing traps, aren't I? Apparently this guy was also really bad at seeing traps. Or seeing the skeleton only reminds me. I also want to level up my conjuration, don't I?
A couple of mud crabs not long ago. Annoying creatures.
I can't stand the sight of those creatures.
Farewell.
Everyone from all walks of life, even bandits, hate mud crabs. Or little bladders. I mean, they're kind of cute in an ugly way.
Yeah!
Where'd the bandit go? Show me to the bandit, boy. Show me to the bandit. The bandit's being killed by something that's not us. That's curious. Okay, then. I love how they were talking about mud crabs and this one just happens to be here. Do you think he overheard? Do you think he got his feelings hurt? Now, that's certainly one thing I'll agree with. The menu and the hotkey system in this game are pretty good. It, well, at least, I mean, you know. To a degree, they are, at least. Oh, jeez!
Oh! Whoa! Yeah!
Hey, you gonna roast. I'm gonna roast you now. But anyway, as I was saying, that was one thing that took a while for me to get used to when I first started playing Skyrim, because the inventory and the favorites thing were just so different in comparison to this. Like, the favorites, especially in Skyrim, I found were a lot harder to access and set than they were in this game. Yeah, just toast those buns. Oh crap, not me! Okay, good enough. back in town, they're probably thinking to themselves, what the hell is taking that neon orc so long? And then they're, oh no, maybe this Reynold fellow actually killed him or such. Everything you do is just a bit easier, more instinctive, more satisfying. It's as though you had suddenly developed keen senses and instincts. Yeah, let's put another point into luck. I mean, luck is good and bad, kind of. I mean, a lot of the other skills are a lot more useful to use, but... Although, actually, no, maybe I'll toss them an intelligence, because I do want to increase my magicka a little bit. Okay, all the wildlife was trying to kill that other bandit, that's what happened there. She must have run over and killed this mud crab and those rats. Her hatred of mud crabs was so strong that she had to ignore me, you know, the orc who killed her friend. Yeah, clunky is a good way to describe the menus in Skyrim, or hell, even to a certain degree this game. Because that's one thing, between... It's funny, you don't hear a lot of people talking about Arena or Daggerfall much these days, but it always, nowadays, seems to come between Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. So like, when Oblivion first came out, people kept talking about, or certain people anyway, kept talking about how inferior it was to Morrowind. And then when Skyrim came out, people started saying the same thing, except now they were praising up Oblivion. And the way I look at it is that all three games have their merits and their flaws. Like, there's things I like and dislike about all three of them. I might have more of a soft spot for this one because I played a shitload of it when it first came out. I really like how detailed certain things were in Morrowind, and the fact that you literally were able to approach basically any quest any way you wanted. But I really didn't like the combat system in Morrowind, for example. The fact that it was basically down to dice rolls. Like, say if I was unarmed like I am now, I could be swinging my fists at somebody, and I could swing a punch at them about 10 times and only hit them twice. Despite the fact I was deliberately punching them in the face. And yet magic wasn't that bad for some reason in that game. Damn. Damn. Starting to get pretty weighed down. Good thing I'm heading back to town soon. No! That's okay, though. I think I've explored all this section of the cave. Yes, I have. To use another Bethesda example, and, well, not even necessarily Bethesda, because they didn't own the series originally, the Fallout games are another example. Because I know a lot of people have complained about Fallout 4, and a lot of those complaints are pretty well founded, especially in terms of, like, story choice and stuff like that. But overall, it's actually, you know, I honestly think it's a really fun game, and there's a lot of things in there that are great. I love the weapon crafting system, I love the settlement building, though a lot of people took issue with it, like they were a bit aggravated by it. Like, technically speaking, it's a really good game, and the combat system is nice and all that jazz, but it's just... Okay, in my opinion, it feels like you get more railroaded into being a specific type of character, whereas you had a lot more option into what sort of character you wanted to be in the other Fallout games. It's one of the things I liked about New Vegas so much. Hey, quit it. Ah! Okay. I noticed they're hitting me not anywhere near as hard as they did. Now, I did lower the difficulty a couple of notches, but I honestly think a large part of it is just the armor I'm wearing. The fact that I'm actually wearing a helmet for a change. But it covers up my glorious, glorious teal face and fuchsia-colored hair. Bring it to you, rat! You dirty rat. Pick up all the delicious, tasty rat meat. So let's equip a torch. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything in this area. As soon as I find one. Aha, there's a chest. Yeah, playing an unarmed character is pretty fun, but at the same time, it's also kind of hard to do. And in some cases, it's not even such, well, it's not even such that, you know, it's harder to get into melee combat that way, because if you level up the skill enough and get certain items, it's fine. Ah, the subtle rattle of lockpicks and falling lock tumblers is music to your ears. Your increased skills have made you an apprentice of security. When you pick locks, only 3 tumblers will fall when you break a pick. Perfect. What was I saying? Oh yeah, hand-to-hand. But no, the big challenge to making an unarmed character in, like, say, this or Fallout or whatever, is that the temptation is there always to use all the awesome items you find. Like, I've found several enchanted warhammers and axes and swords and stuff while I've been playing this, and I've been trying really hard not to use them. Like, there's a fairly decent enchanted sword you can get from a quest early on in the Imperial City that will help carry you through your first few levels in the game. I found it, but then I basically kept it as a trophy and put it in a box. So, just try not to use it. Now, something they did in Skyrim that makes unarmed a bit more fun, but it also kind of sucks because there's no specific unarmed skill. Though you can cheat that, because there's items and enchantments that you can get there that actually... Yes, Debaser, that's the sword I was talking about. The one from the grave robbing quest. But yeah, there's specific items and enchantments and stuff like that you can get to in perks. And perks in Skyrim that you can get that makes your unarmed damage more. But there's no specific unarmed skill, which kind of sucks. But when they added the finishing move animations in Skyrim, oh man, it was so much fun to just go to town on your enemies with unarmed strikes, because then you just start doing all these wrestling moves on people. Like, I think one of the sneak attack kill animations for unarmed is like you suplex people. You choke slam them, you like... I don't know, there's a whole bunch of really fun things you can do with that. So to be honest, at some point or another I'm probably going to do a bit of Skyrim too, and I'm just going to make this exact same character. And just go around body slamming people all the time. Yeah, I got... See, and the thing about that is, it's odd that they cut that skill out, but they also kept in enchantments that increased the damage you did unarmed, and there was a perk that let you do more unarmed damage with, like, heavy armor gauntlets. So it's weird that they did that. And I honestly can't think of any reason why they would've. Now, I've seen mods that in, like... Oh, well, another thing I'm going to say about that, first off, is in this game, Morrowind and Skyrim, basically all of them, any game of this scope, there's always going to be stuff that they plan to use, but then they had to cut out for one reason or another. So that's definitely one of them, I would imagine, in Skyrim. But, no, I have seen and actually tried a couple of mods that make it a bit more feasible to play as an unarmed character in Skyrim. Well, more so than you already can, despite the fact that there's no skill for it. But some of them are pretty good. Others not so much. As with any mod, really.
I was praying for your swift return.
Well, I had to stop and kill a few bandits first, but you know what, it's fine.
What news do you bring?
Gilliborn.
Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the brotherhood he had created with Raynil. I knew I'd recognized Raynil. I think when I first met Braden many years ago, he introduced me to him. They were part of some sort of brotherhood. They would roam Cyrodiil in search of legendary treasures and the like. The only reason he stopped doing that is because we got married and he wanted to settle down. I'm afraid, thanks to Raynil, that time is lost.
That's okay, as I've said, he's already rotting in a pool of water back there in a cave.
Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now.
But he's dead, so who cares?
However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it.
Okay.
The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state.
Oh. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Clouds in a Box, and, you know, thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you in the chat again.
No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered.
But you're going to pass the knowledge on to me, despite the fact you're not on your deathbed, because you just don't care anymore. Erlene don't give a fuck.
Thank you. I will now speak the word. Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel.
Okay, nice.
I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand.
No, I'm kind of glad he's dead too.
Justice has been done.
I am now over-encumbered. That amulet made me over-encumbered. Fortify speed, that's what that does. Alright. I'm only slightly over-encumbered though. Let's eat an ingredient that I don't know the thing for. Although I know the effects of all of them, so... Now let's eat this. Nom. Nope, still too heavy. Let's eat some delicious mutton. There. Delicious, delicious mutton. And of course it's late, so I'm not going to be able to sell any of this crap. I wonder if my room at the inn is still available. Or if not, maybe I can just join the main.
Always a...
Where are you going? What happened? Why did you throw that plate into the air? No, I need to talk to you. Slow down, damn it.
Always a...
Always a what?
We've got a burglar!
Who's a thief? What the hell are you people talking about?
Right wind certainly can handle.
What is it?
I'm confused. I am horribly confused. Okay, you know what? It's not important. It's not important that I talk to him. He was bad at his job anyway.
Well met. What do you want? We drink because we're happy. We're Nords. It's just the thick tongue and fat head the day after that makes me unhappy.
Now you gotta tough that out. That's the price of drinking.
You hear about Gerunder? He was caught stealing gold, and now he's in jail. I bet Arnora's beside herself with grief. Arnora and Gerunder were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear he took all of their money and stashed it after he committed a robbery. He was going to skip town on Arnora, but got arrested before making good on his escape. Now she has no money left at all. Poor thing.
Yeah, I'll check into that.
Take care.
Okay, you.
Greetings, Nord.
Not bad.
What? Good
We're
day.
all talking about the Emperor's
Take
murder.
care.
Always a
have no
pleasure.
Thought you went outside.
Hello and well met.
I hope I can help. Although we can't go back and undo what's been done, I feel justice has been served and Braden's soul may rest with ease.
Justice has been served. Fist justice. I know that sounds wrong and mildly pornographic, but that's not what I meant.
In your absence, I dispatched a runner to Skingrad to let them know they needed to clear Gelliborn's name for the record books. Like Braden, I think he deserves to have his name clear of wrongdoing. You did what had to be done. There should be no regrets or doubts in your mind about it. Raynal was an evil Dunmer, and he deserved that fate. Have you ever considered a job in law
Heard any
enforcement?
news from the other provinces?
There is grave news from Skyrim, from Falkreath to Windhelm. The foul
It's you.
Daedra attacked
Hi.
the land.
Anytime now.
This is unbelievable.
Brach Callis, alchemist. I'm retired from public practice. I only take students in alchemy to support my hobbies.
By hobbies, you mean drinking, yes? Also, who was it that stole the thing? Was it Angar? He was sneaking around.
I've heard that Jantis Brolus is skilled with both magic and steel. You see,
Take care.
Hell, I can just sell my
I'm
stuff to
really
Angar, I
tired.
think. Or at least so much of it.
Did you ever hear about the ghost of Lord Vlindrel? They say he haunts the road to Coral. Not that I've ever seen him myself, mind you.
I think that ghost actually can appear.
Yeah, my favorite customer.
I might have to
What do
look
you
into
got?
that. Hunt him down. Yeah, I'll sell the silver bow. Bow Frost is alright for now.
An excellent bargain. I think I can move this item.
Yeah, I still probably can't haggle up any more
I
than I
think I
have.
I think You've made a... I think I can move this item for you at that price. Got anything else?
Why do I have two different leather cuirasses? I probably pronounced that word wrong. Cuirass? Cuirass? I don't know. One of them was worth more than the other. Gives more defense, too. I'm gonna keep them just so I can see the difference between. Honestly, the Legion one only gives me a tiny... Well, then again, the Legion one is slightly damaged. Hang on to that too, I guess.
I think I can move this item. I'm glad. Shut.
Now let's repair some stuff.
So hide you.
Anyone else in here I haven't spoken to yet? You! Who the hell are you?
I'm Surotan, proud owner of Nova Roma, a little piece of Heartland Empire here in the lofty Geralds.
In the lofty Gerald.
No need to go to the Imperial City. Bruma may look like a Skyrim town, but we've got all the comforts of the warm Nibbanean south.
Don't look, Surotan, but there's a guy giving you stink eye right behind you.
Rumor has it that Edla Darkheart left Skyrim with the law right behind her. Bye.
Hello and well met.
Nope, I cannot sleep in that bed anymore. All right then.
Good evening.
Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times.
Damn right I have. I just did a few minutes ago. Want me to do it again? Okay, so let's see what the difference is between these two armors. That just has a design on it, though I don't really know what the design is supposed to be. And now I'm naked. Alright. Whatever. Anyway, I've got places I need to be, so I'm going to have to cut the stream off there for the moment. Yeah, I won't bother. There's another quest I just picked up, and I want to dart in to see if I can join the Mages Guild, but I'll save that for another day. So let's just save this. Boom. And we shall quit. Alright then. Cool. So, if you happen to stop by to watch, I thank you very, very much for doing so. Hopefully I'll be able to stream again. Oh, I'd like to do something tomorrow. I think I might start something new. I'm not sure what yet. I've got a few games in mind that I want to begin. And maybe an older one or two I'd like to continue. Yeah, I'm probably not going to decide that until the last minute, because I am terribly, terribly unorganized. Always was, always will be, you'll never change me. So, with that being said, if I am indeed streaming again tomorrow, it might not be as early as this, but all the same, I do hope that you stop by and join us once again. Join us, join me, join everyone! But until then, I'm going to have to wish you a farewell, and unlike every other time I stream, I can't really say goodnight, can I? Because again, it's much, much earlier. Maybe I'll just simply say farewell and goodbye, and hopefully I will see you fine folks next time.